Greetings, everyone. I am so delighted to be joined today by Bobbi Jean Smith and Matt Aucoin, both founding members of American Modern Opera Company, otherwise known as AMOC. Welcome, Bobbi and Matt. Art of Elan is so excited to be presenting with Care at the Lyceum Theaters in San Diego on April 13th. And this was an incredibly powerful production that I saw at the premiere, I believe, in November 2018 up in San Francisco at the ODC Theater. Can you tell us a little bit about the genesis of this project?
Sure. So I met Kier a while back, and we created a piece called A Study on Effort. And in this piece, we have different efforts that we go through throughout the piece. And the final effort that we land on is called the effort of taking care. And so it felt, when the opportunity came to make a new piece together, it felt kind of organic and intuitive to start off where we finished. And we started to ask questions of what is care and how do we expand kind of the small task that we had made, how do we expand it with other people and into a much larger and broader kind of work. And we reached out to Matt and we brought on board the incredible violinist Miranda Cuxon and Ohrschreiber. And we started to ask questions and be in the room together, and we went from there.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And Kier, of course, is a violinist that I've known here from San Diego projects, and I believe is another founding member, right, of American Modern Opera Company. And of course, Kier is featured in this production. I'm curious how the musical selections were chosen. And then Matt, perhaps you can kind of go into a bit about how those selections maybe informed the piece of music that you contributed to this production as well.
Well, Kier and I, from the beginning, we knew we wanted to use the chaconne. And from there, Kier started to offer a bunch of different ideas of what the sonic world could be.
Matt, can you talk a little more about your musical process then?
The magical thing about writing music for dance, and especially dancers like Bobbi and Orr, is that you feel so viscerally the way that they move. They have such a recognizable gestural language that the music just kind of burst out. I didn't really have to think about it. This is an interesting project for me because I only wrote music for a kind of climactic moment near the end of the kind of a moment of, I don't know what you'd call it, Bobbi, like transcendence or evanescence or kind of leave taking. So in a way, I got to like skip right to the good part. And it also to me that in the arc of our company, AMOC, Bobbi, you mentioned the piece of study on effort, which technically, predates the creation of AMOC, but I do think of it as kind of a foundational AMOC project because it's you and Kier. That is, of course, one dancer and one violinist. With Care is two dancers and two violinists. And in the years since then, we've continued to kind of grow the forces with pieces like your Lost Mountain and the No One's Rose. So With Care feels like a really important step in AMOC's evolution, and there's something kind of elegant about the fact that it's double the forces of a study on effort, and that we've continued to like multiply since then.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because also Miranda brought in also different pieces, the Futine, which was in conversation with the chaconne, and like, I mean, it's always magical to think about how the pieces that ended up in the piece actually arrived. It's like it was very organic.
So much of what I've witnessed from AMOC, though, are these sort of organic processes that just sort of bloom into something just really incredible and powerful. I remember at the premiere, I had a very young baby at the time and was just exhausted and flew up to San Francisco thinking, what am I doing getting on a plane for this one night to go see this? What is this? And yet I was just so riveted the entire time. And I knew in that moment that I wanted our San Diego audiences to experience the power of this production. Since then, we've an ongoing pandemic, and a lot of other things that have, I think, caused us perhaps as a society to reflect on care and on the way we care for each other or choose not to care for each other. How does it feel coming back to this particular production after a few years, considering all that's been going on?
Well, I mean, I feel very lucky to be coming back with you all to revisit this piece. I feel like I'm so excited and open for it to feel actually even more powerful
Hmm.
than what it was before. I feel like all of the performers have all gone through a lot, and it will echo through the music and the dance and the connections between us. And also our relationships to each other have deepened, and we've needed to depend on each other and care for each other and question and doubt and all of those things. So it's all, being poured into the work. Um, and I do think this question of care is a huge one, especially now. And what does that look like? I mean, I still have the same questions that we started the piece with. What does care look like? It
Hmm.
is something that is felt, but it is so hard to see. And it can look like a lot of different things.
Is there a particular narrative or storyline that people can have in mind while experiencing this, or is it more where everyone's sort of relating in a different way to what they're seeing?
I mean, I feel like there are lots of storylines.
Hmm.
I would love to not narrow it down to,
Yes, fair enough.
but I mean, I think one thing that this piece did kind of clarify for me is that I hope that the audience will care for these people,
Hmm.
that it is an active experience, that it's not only the four people going through this moment of the piece, but it's creating a conversation with the people watching also, that you care and question and empathize with those people.
Oh, this is going to be such a gift for our community. I'm so thrilled to be able to feature AMOC in this way. And of course, Matt, we'll hope to have you out here, if not on Wednesday the 13th, but for a future project down the road. We have so much respect and admiration for all you do. So really looking forward to this. If people are interested in tickets, all that can be found on our website. And we will look forward to caring for each other and with each other on Wednesday, April 13th. Thank you again for your time.